be a set of stories. Okay, it can be 10 stories, 5 stories, 15 stories, 20 stories. It can be a set. Okay, it can be a box of stories. Now, what's the Jude of a myth? The myth explains the early history of a group of people, right? When we were kids, we were told that in Malawi we have a group of people which were known as the Akafula, right? They were very short, okay? So we have a myth of these people who were very, very short. They were known as Akafula, right? They were dwarfs. So that's a group of people. Or about natural events and facts. Or about natural events or facts. Natural events or facts. It can be about natural events or it can be about a fact. Now, natural events can be maybe floods, can be earthquakes. Those are natural events, right? Those disasters. Can be about facts, why the sun goes down at night, why it comes up during the day. Okay, so these ancient myth. Let's look at ancient myth. Ancient myth are stories which happened very long time ago. Like here, the children enjoyed the stories about the gods and goddesses of Greek and Roman Empire. Sorry, I did not write the empire there, but in Greece and in Rome, they used to have gods and goddesses. Right? They believed in their god of sun, okay, god of water, okay, goddess of love, right? So that's what they used to believe. So we're talking about kids enjoy stories about the gods and goddesses of Greek and Roman myth. Okay, which means in Greece, in Rome is in Italy. Rome is in it's an area. It's a capital of Italy, Rome. Okay, so in Rome there used to be goddesses and gods. All right, the same with Greece. Right. So what you have to know is most societies have their own creation myth. All right, who created the world? All right, so many societies have their own myth. Okay, what they believe in. All right, I'll give you an example. Steve Chimombo is one of the greatest poet in Malawi. All right, Steve Chimombo, one of the greatest poets in Malawi. So, what did this guy write? He used to write poems. His poems usually were talking about creation. He believes that in Malawi, creation happened in Zomba, where a chameleon fall from the sky, from a tree, I think, a stone. It fell down. When it fell down. Then humans came out of the stomach. That's how creation happened. That's just a myth. All right. So in myths, the gods and goddesses talk with the human characters. All right. In myths, the god and goddesses talk with the human characters. They talk with the human characters. The god will be talking to the human character. The goddess will be talking to my human characters. Okay. The gods and goddesses can make extraordinary things happen. They can make water to stop moving. All right. They can make water to attack a boat. They can make rain to fall throughout the year without stopping. They do extraordinary things. All right. Things which can just happen naturally. Okay. So there is often a lesson or a moral to be learned from the story. Usually, in myth or in myth, there is usually a moral. People they say moral of the story is like a lesson at the end. Okay, there's always a lesson at the end of the story. Once you finish reading a myth, there will be a lesson at the end of the story. So that is that about a myth. All right. Now, go on page 67. There's a myth there, King Midas. All right, read about King Midas. Okay, and you look at what we have discussed here, what a myth is. you start from page 67, then you go to page 69. On the corner there, it says, in myth, gods, did you know? There's did you know there. In myth, god and goddesses talk with the human characters. Okay, gods and goddesses talk with the human characters. The gods and goddesses can make extraordinary things happen. There is often a lesson or a moral to be learned from the story. That's what I was trying to tell you. Now you should read the King Midas. You should see what's there. Now let's go to fables. What's a fable? Alright. Now in fables, a fable is a short story which often but not always has animals for characters. The animals there are the characters. Alright. The animals are the characters. In fables, animals are characters. But not often they are, but usually they are characters. So fables have a moral, that is a message about the actions of the characters. Has a moral which is the action of the characters. Okay. Now in fables, the actions of animals are used to show humans how they should act and to highlight the consequences of making bad decisions. Those actions, of these characters, um, of these animals, they try to teach humans that this is the way you are supposed to act. This is what you are supposed to do, right? So, in fables, the actions of animals are used to show humans how they should act and to highlight consequences of making bad decisions. They also highlight consequences of making bad decisions. If you made a bad decision, all right, if you made a bad decision, they will try to show you that these are the consequences. So we use pronouns to avoid repeating names when we write these fables. Instead of writing the ant, you're going to write his or his, okay, she or hers. Okay, so we use pronouns usually when you are doing these fables. So that is all about fables. So thank you very much for paying attention.